Hey, what's up? It's Peter Rosenberg, ESPN, WWE, Hot 97, all that stuff. I'm live from New York City right now. I'm hanging with Bear the dog, and you're not listening to the worst podcast, but at the same time, it's not the best podcast. No, literally, you're listening to not the best podcast. All right, talking about real life issues, real life things, real talk, real people. All right, not the best podcast. I'm Peter Rosenberg. Peace.
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast. It's not the best podcast, but the expectations in the name, so you can't say we didn't warn you. Alongside Naldo, alongside Rich. It's me, the D-I-Z. Damn, nigga.
I really want to know what DIZ stand for, but I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
So it's like the name just evolved from like Deuce, and then niggas was calling me like Deuce, Double Deuce, Deuce Dizzle.
Deuce
Then
Dizzle.
it was just Dizzle. Then it was just the DIZ. I could play off the DOC.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's like Diddy. You know how Diddy got
Yeah.
mad names? Like
Something like it.
P. Diddy, Puffy, all that.
Right.
Yeah. So now he's just the DIZ. That's how what it turned into at the end.
At the end,
Yeah.
Right. Mr.
gonna be
Take that.
It's gonna be the notorious DIZ, but I was like, you know what?
eventually.
If I
Damn,
found-
son, like, how you just gonna drop the legacy on yourself like that? Like,
No, I'm just saying, this is gonna be bad shit to type, like when you try to tag yourself and shit. So,
Notorious,
fuck it.
yeah.
notorious DIZ.
It's probably why he left the Big.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Tonight we have a very special guest. I said guest. Very special guest, Mr. Ricardo Henry, real estate consultant, founder of Freedom Academy. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop. That's the Freedom Academy call, just in case you don't know. If you're on the street, you see the Freedom Academy, you know, anybody represent that shit, just go whoop whoop, they're gonna return it right back.
Yeah. So what's going on, fellas?
Everything's great, man. Everything's great.
Yeah, great.
I mean, besides not taking a vacation since COVID started, that's been
So tell us a little bit about your COVID experience. We like to ask guests about their COVID experience.
Yeah, what you going through, the terrors, the trials, tribulations, or the good stories,
I mean, I don't think I have anything to wipe my tears, so I'm gonna try to keep those in. but COVID has been tough, man. Just off statistic wise, man, so many people are getting divorces through COVID. Suicide, mental health. It's just craziness going on while everybody's stuck inside. But with me, I could definitely say the wife is working full time in the office, so I'm mostly stuck in the house. We had to actually get the kid's been home doing virtual learning. The 5-year-old and the 3-year-old, he's doing YouTube learning. I found a teacher online. She's on there every day. Like it's time for class. He's like, I don't want to go. So,
it comes to you.
It comes to you.
First class.
So I mean, besides that, it's been it's been a ride. It's been a ride. Thank God nobody I know personally or in my family has passed away from COVID. Nobody's had COVID either. Besides that, man, we were blessed to be able to have food on the table and checks still coming in.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's like sure. That. Man, that sounded real. That sounded confident as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
That's not even trying. It's like grateful. Grateful.
That's funny.
But yeah, besides that, man, it's been all right. It's been a ride, just trying to make sure that we come out of this strong and still married.
Facts.
Did Freedom Academy started during COVID or before COVID?
Freedom Academy actually started before COVID last year, last quarter of last year.
Okay, 2019.
20.
That's still COVID, bro.
Yeah, that's
Was it? Oh no, so yeah, we did. I'm sorry.
It's been
COVID,
so long.
COVID
We
started
pop-
first quarter.
Right. COVID feel like it's been here forever though.
Yeah.
But no. So yes, it did start through COVID. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Thanks, Naldo. So that's
So go ahead,
actually that's another one of my punchlines. I appreciate that.
we throwing the Freedom Academy around. Why don't you tell people what Freedom Academy is, man?
I mean, Freedom Academy, I definitely started it as realizing that there was a lack of knowledge that our youth had and a lack of knowledge that just my peers had. So Freedom Academy started as like a mentorship program that's really helping people understand how to create their own LLC. On top of that is understanding how to read a credit report, because I've realized, man, as much as you think people know how to read a credit report, all they know how to do is look at numbers. And so they'd be like, oh, 680, my credit's good. But, they don't understand exactly how the credit is actually supposed to be read. Understanding how your credit is supposed to be where it is so that you can get funding. So I teach people that as well. I teach the kids that. I teach my peers. On top of that, understanding what real estate is, what wholesaling is, what being a first-time home buyer is, and how to get a hard money loan to be able to buy anything you want as well. So Freedom Academy is really, and I'm coming out with an ebook. The ebook is going to come out basically, like I like to call it, is basically going to give you everything that you should have learned coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what it is in a nutshell, and it's just growing and growing every day.
Excellent.
So far, we've created about 12 new LLC owners under the age of 25.
Great, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
And the LLC could be within anything that they want, right? I mean,
so really,
licensure.
To start off, I've been really just having them create their LLC to be as a consultant, because what the goal is not for you to be like, create myself LLC because I do liquor or something like that, or like it's really to be able to have it's really to be able to have like a consulting firm, because when you go get funding, you get more respect out of being a consulting firm than if you do like, hey, I sell clothing. It's too volatile, things of that nature. So they really just respect you. So I'm really getting them set up to be able to get their funding later on.
Interesting.
I was following Rick on his Instagram. Shout that out if you want to, Rick. But he says that it's very good to go under consulting, because if you go any other route, you'll be deemed as a liability over anything else. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like banks won't take a risk on you because, like, the risk is high if you would just go and be like, I'm doing clothing. So they'll be like, so is everybody else. But if you go into consulting, you can take that in any business model.
You're the man for knowing that, man. I appreciate it.
I'm trying to learn with the people, man.
I didn't know, man. He's trying to give us free. I didn't know.
My man Rick say he do it for his peers too. That's us too, man.
Yeah.
For the peers, man. Seriously, because people are, so we always talk about like even just LLC creating. Like, I'm like, listen, why are people paying these third-party online systems $500, $700 to create a LLC just to get a pretty little box, when you could literally just go online and create one yourself? It doesn't take a brainiac to do it for $125. And like I tell everybody, even if they don't want to be an entrepreneur, you should at least own asset and own yourself LLCs, because you can duplicate yourself through LLCs. So what does that mean? That means Reg, Naldo, and Deuce all have 700 credit scores. They all have credit cards. Everybody loves to throw the credit card on the table that goes bling, 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 or, being able to have $20,000, $25,000 on it. But guess what? If you go over how much on your credit card, percentage on your credit card, does it start affecting your credit? What's typically the threshold? So it's 30% so that your credit, so that they do not start basically reporting on the credit report as bad. So it starts going down as over 30% because your credit utilization rate has gone over 30% basically, right?
Right.
But if you have all this good credit and you can go and create LLCs for yourself, you can now start duplicating yourself. So you could go on Navy Federal or an American Express card that you have, and now get an American Express card for $25,000, $50,000 in your business name. So now let's say your roof goes. You don't have to run up your credit card for your personal. you can now run it up on your LLC because they do not report your credit utilization rate on your business like it does on your personal. So if you run it all the way up, and let's say you say, yo, Deuce, I'm about to swipe my joint and give you 50,000 so we could go into business, you never have to worry about your personal credit getting hit. You can always keep utilizing your personal credit to leverage it to get more business funding.
So isn't there some tax implication with that, using your reporting, I guess, personal expenses that's against your company assets?
That's not what I'm doing. What you're doing is you are leveraging your personal credit almost as an authorized user to be able to get your business funding.
But just
So you're not
under another name, just under
an LLC and an EIN, yeah, for sure.
But when you gave like the example of the roof, yeah. So you mean the roof of the business, the roof of your home?
Even the roof of your home, you can use your business line of credit to be able to pay for it. Because hey, you may have a home office.
Well, yeah, that's different. If you have a home office, that's different.
Yeah, I mean, anybody, you can have a home office even if you got a other office. Hey, this is
especially nowadays, right?
Yeah, definitely nowadays. But so that's why I tell people, even like the other day, I got a guy business funding for $34,000 of credit cards, and guess what? Those credit cards that he got in, they were 9 months, 0% interest. So where in the world are you going to be able to get now? And then he took those, he turned his credit into cash off his credit cards, and he went and bought a house. So, just like I said, with just understanding ways to be able to maneuver that, you got the credit, you just don't know. So people don't even use their mileage cards, like the points that they get on their cards. They just let them pile up and never use those. You're talking about free flights, free hotels. You could turn them into gift cards and go buy from stores. You could go to the supermarket with them. Like,
that's how we do Christmas shopping every year. Just definitely do points. Yeah, definitely use those.
There's actually a website that will take your points. And I saw this on Shark Tank.
Nice.
And they'll take your points, and you type in all your cards, all your points, and it will take all your cards, all your points from all the different cards, and it will show you the best utilization for all of that. And like you could go like pretty much anywhere you want in the world for like $40.
What?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You fly first class off your points. You go to hotels off your points. You could go to the supermarket off your points.
My man said he stayed in like Tahiti for like 3 weeks. Flight, hotel, everything. First class, suite, everything, $18.
I'm gonna go to Tahiti for $18.
I would love that.
So that's just understanding how to create your LLC yourself is very important to me, because lawyers charge you upwards of $500-$700.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I tell people, man, you just literally go right on your Secretary of State website and create your own LLC. It takes like 5 minutes, and your EIN is free.
Yeah.
So
what, Rick? I mean, so I guess some background history. So we've known Rick right now for, I guess, almost 15 years. I've known Rick, and I guess Jamal has known Rick. Rick and Reg, like, I guess, go ahead, Reg.
20 for us.
Yeah.
Right.
So ever since we were younger, Rick has always been in like I guess an entrepreneurial mindset. Like you started with the real estate at a young age, I think. I mean, younger than anyone I knew. Where we didn't even really understand what you were talking about or doing. We just call Rick a hustler.
Yeah.
Dealing,
it's like, hey, yo, what does Rick do? Oh, yo, he be making moves, yo.
He got cars and houses, and all right, Rick.
It's funny because the first house I ever looked at, Rick took me to go see. I don't even know if you remember this.
I don't even remember that at all.
It was like a 6-bedroom house in Irvington, right by the hospital. And I remember because I brought my parents with me, and like I was so super, because I was like, yeah, I'm buying a house, like, And then Rick showed the house. I mean, my parents weren't very excited about it at all
because they were thinking Irvington.
Yeah, they were thinking Irvington,
right?
They didn't have the long term
No, I mean, trust me, I ain't even have the long term back then. It was like, yo, is Irvington's a good price? What you gonna do? Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew that Irvington 3 families would be $400,000-$500,000 today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knew when you could get them for like 90,000 back in the day, finished?
Yeah, I think that house was like 160 at the time. So
probably finished.
Yeah, I mean, the dude,
right?
Dude was working on it. He was in the process of working on it. Like it wasn't finished, but they was working on it, man. I mean,
right.
So,
Rick, what got you in the real estate game? I guess.
So it's so funny, right?
Actually, before you answer that, actually, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Which one did you get started with first? Did you get started with like the auto stuff or like the real estate stuff?
The real estate was first.
The real estate was first.
That's always been my baby. Yeah.
How'd you get started with that?
No, so it's funny because as I'm writing my ebook now and I'm almost done with it or whatever, and then I went into the bio part of it, I was thinking like, you know what, where does this spirit come from, right? Because we look at so much stuff, we don't know why Reg do what he does. You know, maybe somebody 3, 4, 5 lineage down the line was in the realm of what Reg does. You know what I mean? Like what brings that on? So as I'm like digging deeper with my grandfather and my great grandfather, come out that they were like the mayor of Jacmel, and they used to buy lots of properties and they own mad land and everything like that. So, you know, as I'm digging to figure out what happened, even at like 12 years old, I used to go, I don't know, it was an A&P right on Main Street in West Orange. And I used to go there literally carrying bags because I was embarrassed because my parents, you know, my mom or my dad, whoever it was, had basically trying to give me food stamps to go to the corner store. And I'm like, I don't want to do that in front of the kids. You wildin'. So as usually, like, yo, you want icy or not? So
okay.
So, I used to go up there and I was carrying bags for like older ladies and things of that nature. And I used to make my dollars that way. And then what happened was I started realizing I'm missing clientele left and right. You know, I only got 2 hands. So I started bringing my friends up there and I was collecting the money and paying them ices and quarter waters off of them working for me, basically. So it was like really the first time I realized that, damn, I didn't even know what I was doing. It was just like an entrepreneurial spirit that was just doing it, right? But how did I get into real estate? When I came home from college, I think it was the first time, from Lackawanna, I got introduced to a company called WLG, World Leadership Group. It was basically what y'all know as a pyramid scheme for mortgages, right? You know, everybody has this thing, Tahisha Noni juice, prepaid legal, right? So
wake up. Do we have to beat those? Like...
wake up now, right?
Yeah.
Wake up now. Yo, son, chill.
So they were basically that for mortgages, and you know, it really sucked. But the person who brought me in, he was doing real estate full time, and he's the one who really like taught me the game. Man, my first check I made like $20,000. I couldn't believe it. So that's when I was like, oh no, this is it. Yeah. So that was basically how I got into the whole real estate game itself.
Yo, it's funny. It's funny you talk about these pyramid schemes, man. Because I remember Primerica. And,
man, but they still around.
They still around.
And they kicking hard.
Hard, yes.
Yo,
yes.
Hard. So Primerica actually got me twice. And ain't nobody making no real money and recruiting the ball with a short sleeve dress shirt. But anyway, I ended up going to the meeting. I realized what it was, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, this not for me." So then years later, probably like 3 years ago, they got me again. So I'm talking to this dude. I forget. I don't remember how we started the conversation, but he's like, "Yeah, man, you know, I got this this financial advisement company. You know what I mean? You come through, man. Check us out. You know."
They always get you with the wordplay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. The wordplay. So I'm there. I show up, and I sit down, and the dude starts talking. Comes up on the screen. I was so mad at myself. I was like, God damn, again, yo. I was so disappointed in myself, bro.
Man, they ill with the landmines.
I just got up and walked out, yo. And I was like, no, you know it.
I mean, I guess they're making money if they still around and they,
No, not for nothing, no, bro. I know a lot of folk that's in it that's like, that went the distance, and like they're doing very well. My cousin, for instance, man, shout out to Gene, like he's doing his thing with it, son. Like,
I mean, they definitely have some legitimate aspects to it, especially when you start talking about life insurance and things like that. Because I
Right.
mean, life insurance is one of the things. I know we had,
Mo.
yeah, my man Conlon Mo came on the show and he was talking about life insurance. But what we don't understand about life insurance, especially people of color, is that life insurance is really what made, especially in the 19th century, early 20th century, is what made a lot of people rich,
Right.
particularly like the Rockefellers and things like that, because they were
Right.
using
Right.
life insurance as leverage to borrow against and
Right.
create businesses and things like that. So,
And it's funny you said that about the Rockefellers because I was studying them and I was talking to my life insurance guy, which I'm going to set up this year, and basically starting a trust life insurance, which I learned from the Rockefellers. It's like, anybody who's in the family that's born, automatically the trust pays for the life insurance for them.
Yep.
And so what ended up happening is that basically from there, you're able to put properties in the trust that would just keep growing. And then what happens is when a person dies, the money's going to go into the trust and then everybody will just get little pieces of stipends.
Yep.
And so from there, now, at the end of the day, when you pass away, this trust is going to live on forever because anybody who passes away, so anybody who's alive now, you could just, basically put all the life insurances in the trust. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That's where I learned that from studying the Rockefellers.
Yeah, and you can borrow against it at any point too.
Yeah,
Borrow
exactly.
against the cash value. And borrowing against the cash value, like it doesn't, there's no penalty. Like it's not like
Right.
where you get a penalty, right? It
Right,
all does reduce the benefit. So I mean, listen, man, life insurance, like people need to educate themselves on life insurance, man. It's not about dying, right? It's about living, really. More than anything,
Yo, Deuce, you better rap, son. You dropping bars out here, man.
Come on, there.
That was a dizzle.
Yeah,
that was a
diesel.
But yeah, man, but it's definitely important, man. So the thing that what we have to understand as people of color is like money and finances and that type of shit. Like it is its own language, right? Just like Spanish, just like English, it's its own language. And if you don't understand the language, like if you ain't talking money, you're not talking about language, some real shit. Right? No. Because when you start throwing acronyms out there, and there's nothing worse than like when you're in a room with people who know about money and you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Yo,
and don't try to act like you know what you're talking about.
No, I was gonna say
you
that.
Look even worse.
Yeah. Nope. I listen.
You better ask. Like you better get involved.
Take
somehow,
notes.
bro.
Go home and Google, man.
Right.
Word. Take notes in Google. Word.
I Google all day.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, definitely. And like Naldo said, man, I pay for personal development. I go and pay for people to be able to learn from them what they know because they're successful at it. I'm not afraid of giving somebody $1,000 so that I could take a class from them because they're successful in it, because they call you smart by paying $50,000, $70,000 for college, but they call you dumb for giving somebody who is successful in a subject you want to learn $2,000-$3,000 bucks.
Right.
So yeah, definitely. And I always tell people, I used to be that guy who thought I knew it all until I realized that I don't know nothing.
And that stuff, you'll take stuff that you immediately can apply. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. That's how I got the Freedom Academy going. Literally, I paid like $5,000 in Philadelphia. Evans flew down from Florida, and we went and learned like a whole day's course. And man, when I left from there, I was so energized. I was like, man, this is different.
Yeah,
this is different. People need to know a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I took it straight for the culture, man.
That's always how it is, yo. When you go to those things, man, you learn something that's like new and like it just kind of like invigorates you and like re-energizes you. Be like, yo, I gotta go share this with the people. I gotta run tell that.
Everybody want to run and tell everything else. Let's go tell how people can get this money. So I definitely teach the kids through the whole 3-week course as well on how to fix credit. So, because I don't know if you guys don't know, but there's so many ways that you could literally get a lot of those collections off. I tell people don't pay your collections. Why pay them when you could dispute them off? And they're like, oh, well, how do you do that? So there's do-it-yourself credit repairs that you're able to literally do it yourself. So there's a couple companies that a lot of people don't know that's actually reporting on it, because if people knows that when you dispute, what they go and do after 30 days, they don't call you the collection agencies. They definitely don't call your local Essex County to see if you have any judgments. They go after data companies. So I want you guys to know, did you guys ever give LexisNexis the okay to report data on you?
I don't know
think
who
so.
LexisNexis is. I don't think so.
Innovis is another company that reports data on you. SageStream is another one that reports data on you. It's almost like
I'm about to say, I'm sure we've all given okay to somebody that's reporting.
You haven't. No, you haven't given the okay. And they literally just report data on you because they're a data company. So what happens when you go to Experian and you tell Experian, hey, I want to take this collections off, all three of them anyway, they don't go and check with the collection agency. They call these data companies because it's quick. They don't have time. They only got 30 days. And if they don't answer, they got to legally take it off. So now you got these data companies that they contact saying, hey, can you check your data and see if this guy really signed whatever document or, however he did it, so that I could basically tell him it's his and he needs to go pay for that. So you can call these LexisNexis and Innovis data companies and you can literally freeze your data.
I don't even know who LexisNexis is.
They're not even government backed or anything. They're just private companies.
I had a Nexus phone years ago. I thought that's what you talking about. I was like, I had a Nexus 5.
Sound like twin strippers.
Twin strippers.
So these LexisNexis, SageStream, and Innovis, you can literally opt out from them though. And so now, yeah, man, now you can go and dispute them collections off, and they just take them off within 30 days. So that's how I teach my kids how to clean up their credit, or even how to turn around and go clean up their parents' credit.
What are some other ways you would recommend for debt consolidation and clean off that some type of stuff like that? Or you're not able to recommend?
No, I literally say if you have collections that you want to take care of, I always tell them it's just do it yourself credit repair, man. Or if you don't have time to do it yourself, I would go to one of those bigger companies that a lot of people use, like the Credit Pros. But what they don't do is they don't opt you out from these data companies. So that's how they stretch that $99 every month for 11 months while they send dispute letters out. But if you do it yourself, you can literally opt out of these, and less than 3 months, you're just going to see all your stuff just dropping off.
Sure.
Evans literally just took off his student loan as well.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I'll send you the do-it-yourself credit report that I'm going to be selling soon. I'll send it to your email free of charge.
Oh man, you can go on and send that to
best
PC.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
Yeah, for sure. So
group email.
Group email.
Yeah.
We're gonna use that for our little tax purposes.
Yep. Yep.
No, man, but it really does make me sad when they come in there and then and then I get happy after I see the kids, man, when they're leaving and they're like, yo, I own this LLC. I know how to do this credit. I'm about to go and fix my mom and dad's credit. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, even just home ownership, it's yo, we don't know anything. And so grandma worked her butt off to buy that $40,000 house that now worth $350,000, and she passes away and they get taken by taxes.
How old
because we just don't know. How old you got to be for what?
To start an LLC?
No, you can start an LLC at any age, bro.
Any age? Have you done Have you done them for your children yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet, but something I'm sure that you plan on doing.
Yeah, no, it's something down the line that I'm definitely going to be very soon. I'm actually putting this quarter. I'm putting life insurance on both of them.
Yeah, I put life insurance on mine.
Yep.
At the end of last year. Obviously, as soon as they reach 2 weeks old, they're eligible
Right.
for life insurance. So, and then the younger you do it, the cheaper it is.
Right, of course.
Yeah. So because they
So
don't they don't smoke, they don't eat Burger King.
unless you feed it to them.
Speaking of which, first time they opened a Charlie's cheesesteak around the corner from my house. I've never seen a freestanding Charlie's cheesesteak ever. I've only seen that in the mall. And now I've seen a Charlie's cheesesteak around the corner from my house.
Did you get one?
No. It's been tempting though.
Have you had that before?
Charlie's cheesesteak?
I've never had a Charlie's.
I've never heard of it.
From the
It's
mall?
usually in the malls, yeah.
Yeah,
They have them at the mall.
Philly's cheesesteak.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I haven't had it though.
I've seen them, but I never had one. I thought the store was gonna get way more interesting.
They're rocking, you know. I haven't had them in a while, but I definitely plan on getting one soon. Just wanted to say, I have life insurance though, so.
So I'm gonna eat mad
cheesesteaks.
I got life insurance before I went off to college, so I was still good and healthy and untarnished.
That's why you were so reckless.
He said, if I go, at least I know my parents is paid.
Man, I'm covered, man. Pass the Bacardi.
Yeah, over hurdling fences in Mexico.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
They should have built a wall.
They should have built a wall.
Cabo.
Rick, I guess the stuff that you're doing, are you able to do it in multiple states? Because you talk about Evans, and I know Evans lives down here in Florida. Is that something that for you to be able to operate, I guess, doing real estate in other states, do you need a license in other states and stuff, or even to help people?
No, I mean, I don't even have a license in the state of New Jersey, man. Like I said, I do consulting. I do a lot of, I do a lot of wholesaling. I wholesale a lot of properties. I deal with a lot of realtors, so they bring me clients because they're looking for properties, and it's like I'm just good at talking to homeowners. So realtors bring me deals, they bring me buyers, and I just hook things up like that. So even a lot of investors who buy my wholesale deals, they be like, oh, I've been getting beat, especially the little Jewish guys running through the hood. They get beat by so many people. They're like, yeah, I'm a contractor. Yeah, give me 10,000. Next thing you know, you don't see the guy no more. So, a lot of the Jewish guys literally now just be like, yo, I just want you to manage whoever I'm going to deal with in the urban community because, and I tell them that, I'm like, yo, you might as well pay me because all you're going to do is keep getting beat. Even walking into cities, the cities don't want to see you. They'd rather see my face because they're like, oh, this is a black brother doing his thing. Yeah, so you might as well pay me to be a gatekeeper. And that's basically how I muscle these guys.
Just don't
you want to walk?
Just don't want to know he's been hustling for 20 years to be able to talk like that.
Just don't refer no plumber.
Oh, man. I love that Haitian plumber, though.
No, it wasn't a Haitian plumber.
No, he was Haitian, wasn't he?
He was Haitian?
He was Haitian.
Guy.
Nah, he was Haitian.
That's how you know he was Haitian, because he sent somebody else. He sent his Jamaican boy.
He doing what Rick do. You know what I'm saying?
He said he never sent anybody.
No, he's just a consultant. He's just a plumbing consultant.
The nigga hung up on him.
He said, no, that's what I'm saying. He never showed up. You say he hung up on you.
Yeah.
The plumbing consultant sent some lowly apprentice over your house to punch holes in that shit.
Oh, we gotta open the walls up? Nah,
it's too much for me. I'm out of here.
My consultant, they tell me that way.
4 days. All right, cool.
4 days. No, I love him though. I don't know why, but that was hilarious.
Yo, stop it, bro.
It's just, I love it.
Oh, yo, man.
So, Rick, the other thing you do, I mean, another thing you do, I just think the entrepreneurial spirit is autos, right? So talk about what you do with cars.
So let me tell you what happened. I actually, I had the car dealership for 5 years, and I actually gave it up to focus on real estate full time for now, because real estate they brings those checks in.
So why did you switch to cars for that little while though? It was just like.
So
it was the recession, right? I think it was during the recession time.
It was during the time where the actual collapse of the housing market happened. And then I had the car dealership on South Orange Ave where I used to see your dad all the time, and a sim.
Yeah.
And
together?
Shout out to my dad. And I hope not.
Definitely not together. His dad is too much of a G. But
no disrespect to Sim. We got nothing but love, baby.
I'm just saying,
my pops will slap.
Just don't roll that way, right? But no, yeah. So I mean, it did really well though at the time. I gave it up because I was on South Orange Ave, man. A couple of and West End. I don't know if anybody knows those
Oh my
blocks.
God. You was on South Orange Ave in West End?
And West End, right near that Dunkin' Donuts and
Bro,
a
you
liquor
wasn't too
store.
far from 18th Avenue.
Nah, it's like 2 blocks down from there, man.
Hmm.
And I was there, pre-marriage, and of course I had my long locks and everything like that as well. So I used to get a lot of respect from the community. I mean, robberies happen, different things like that. But then I cut my locks after the marriage, and then I start hearing like, "Damn, Rick, we see you in a different car every day," while it's like 10 goons on the corner. And I'm like, yeah, nah, you see me in hoopties every day, nigga. When you see me in foreigns, you know I made it. So just so and then what else? Another situation happened where I was like, I'm about to give this up for now, especially just being here. The guy up the block opened up a pharmacy, and somebody ran in the pharmacy and blew his brains out and robbed the place.
Oh man.
So, after those things come in, then I found out my first son was in the belly, and I was just like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on,
Get back on these cribs.
I mean,
Right,
focus on as
right.
consultant. I'm a consult. Get out of the sales.
now I'm giving people the freedom.
Yeah.
He consulting people to freedom.
You should go holler those goons, those 10 goons that's on the block. Be like, yo, come get your freedom.
They probably need the freedom. They're probably locked up.
Damn.
Rick just sent them to jail.
Right?
Yeah.
Now they gotta holler at Meek.
Oh man. Yo.
No, it does. But it's a real critical time for you to really like educate yourself, man, and learn about some serious stuff. Because it's out of you gonna be in the game or you're just gonna be on the sideline watching.
And I think serious stuff pertains to anything that you're passionate about.
Anything you're passionate about, exactly. It could be, and that's why I tell even with the kids with the credit and understanding business funding, like, you can literally in less than a year fund yourself and open up whatever you're passionate in. It could be a bicycling store or, baking goods, whatever it is. I just feel like, everybody should at least do something for themselves to create a legacy for their offsprings.
So with the Freedom Academy, it's not like bringing 3 friends or nothing like that. It's not like you bring in 3 friends and
they bring
you gotta bring in 3 friends and then they gotta bring in 3 friends.
I mean, I don't even charge them. So so from 17 to 25, I give it away for free. Because
25, that's a crucial year, man. You gotta take advantage of that if you know somebody.
Anyway, but like 17 to 25 though, that means you got 8 years to really be on your shit. Like,
I'm trying to, because that's the age group that I really wish, and I learned at like 24. So that's the age group that I really wish that I could have been 18 and somebody gave me that type of game. Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you when I really like started being like, yo, this Freedom Academy thing is like for real. Rick is doing this thing out here. When I started seeing Rick on Instagram and Facebook doing these lives, and reels and all these different types of things for Freedom Academy, I'm like, oh, look at Rick. Yeah, here live going on tours. I'm like, man, that's what's up though. I admire that, man.
I saw Rick on the side of a house putting a staple gun to it, one of them nail guns to it. I was like, yo, he building shit too? He consulting and constructing?
No, for sure. Honestly, for someone who's doing something for free, to like put it out there on social media and try to like really put it out for as much people could get some type of knowledge and some type of exposure to it, I think is dope, man. Like,
man, let me tell you. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, and doing it during the times where it's like it was so rough. I mean, with COVID, like to be in that mental space to go out there and still put yourself on camera and do that stuff is like, oh man, kudos, bro.
I appreciate it. Man. It's definitely, like I said, I just felt like our culture needed it. Somebody needs to push your kids, white, black, green, blue. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you are in the unknown and you should not be in that space where you just don't know. Mm-hmm. And so if somebody could come into you and teach you about how to create your own LLC or become a consultant and create other people's LLCs for them for $100, $150, understand how to fix your own credit, or now be a consultant and fix other people's credit for them, understanding real estate, just the basis of real estate. Like, you should know what wholesaling is. Nobody should just be like, what's wholesaling? Like, why don't you know what wholesaling is? Why don't you know what being a first-time home buyer, what it takes? You know, these are the things that's just so crucial for us to be able to get financial freedom and things of that nature. So, like, Deuce, what age did you buy your house?
7?
27?
27, yeah.
So, you know, just being able to say, hey, and a lot of times at that age is a good age to buy, but a lot of times, you know, we just found out, which was a secret, right? Is when you came out of college and you just got your job making $40,000-$50,000, did you know you could buy a house?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you needed those 2 years work experience, right? When you leave school, you could literally, once you land a job, you could buy your first house FHA because they use school as your experience. Just like, you know, like I said,
Man,
it's
he
just
got
like
3 head nods.
Right? 3 solid head nods. Like I could go back. I could go back 10 years ago.
See what I'm saying? You see why 17 is crucial to know this shit,
Yeah,
man? You notice at 17, you just now stepping in college, man. You get out, it's like, yo, I'm buying a crib as soon as I land this game.
right. Imagine, yo, I just lined the gate for 42. I'm about to cop my 3 family and live free.
Great,
Right.
It'd be great.
Yo,
Right.
and what's crazy about it too, right? When I bought the house, like I bought that house with $8,000. I bought that house with $8,000. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I tell everybody, stop playing around, man. Yeah. If you have a 600 credit score and you can come up with your $8,000, $9,000, go buy yourself something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a condo, you know, I'm mostly a multifamily guy. To everybody, buy your first home a multifamily, because especially if, you know, you and your wife can like understand why it's important. But I tell everybody, because let me tell you what you could do. For being a first-time home buyer is one of the most important things, to be able to only put that 3.5% down.
Yep.
Right? Because if you buy after that, you got to put 20% down. You can literally be a first-time home buyer 3 times. So if you buy a 3-family, a year later, you can now go buy a 2-family first-time home buying. And then a year later, you can now buy your single first-time home buying again.
Not only that,
so,
but if you refinance down the road, conventional, you could go do it again, first-time home buyer.
It's absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's essentially what I did. But, I mean, honestly, I'm out of the landlord game.
Yeah, I know you burnt with that shit.
I don't have the stomach for it. But, you know, I refinanced my FHA into a conventional loan, and now I can do first-time home buyer again if I really wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
so, you know, and that's what I tell, man. And listen, even though we're out the landlord game, man, you know, there's still management. If you want to go buy a 12-unit, 15-unit, something bigger that you're not dealing with, you just get a management company and let them deal with it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you think about this, right? I mean, right now they have this moratorium. You know what I mean? People aren't able to pay their mortgages. People aren't able to pay their rents. You know, once that shit is lifted, it's gonna be foreclosures everywhere, bro.
Oh man,
it's gonna be foreclosures everywhere. So, you know, especially in places that have, you know, multi units, because, you know, when you really depend on that money to pay the mortgage,
right,
and it's not getting paid, it was hard to bounce back from. So, I mean, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us, especially people of color, to really jump on the market if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an advocate for that. I tell everybody, man, buy your multifamily. Like, do you see what's happening in East Orange right now? Yo, there's new 100-unit buildings going up on Main Street. I'm talking about like stuff that you saw at like Clifton Commons type of stuff. You know, all upstairs is brand new, you know, residential's going for 25, 28, downstairs going to be commercial space. Brick Church, they're about to knock the whole thing over and bring 1,000 units.
They knocking down Brick Church?
Yes, Brick Church, their ShopRite. Yeah, they closed out.
Oh my God. Damn, son.
The only thing that's been holding them up is ShopRite, because ShopRite had a lease and they were trying to tell ShopRite, let's shut down early, and ShopRite put a lawsuit out on them. Like, nah, you got to wait for our lease to be over. So that's really what they're waiting on. But they're about to put 1,000 upscale units there. I'm talking about it's going to be the whole block and then outlets downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whew, about to be lit. So that means what? East Orange is going to keep rising.
Yeah.
It's going to keep rising.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very important for you to like capture anything you can. Maybe you don't go big. Maybe you buy a nice single, buy a little 2-family, but at least capture something that's going to give you equity down the line.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. You're not working and doing all this for nothing.
Facts.
And start your LLC,
Rick,
guys.
man. I know your son, like, you don't understand. Yo. I know this dude for like 20 years, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, to see the growth, man, like, this is insane. The dude is younger than me, spitting a hella game. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, easily, and you knew back then that this dude was going to be successful, whether it was going to be doing something like this or shit on the football field, bro. Like, you knew it was going to happen, man. Like,
I would have sold pencils in New York. I appreciate you, man. I'll sell pencils in Manhattan. I love New York pencils for $1 if I can sell them.
But being the best on earth at it, how you
the best
pencils
pencil consultant?
I remember we went down to. I remember we went out to North Carolina A&T homecoming, right? When we got there, and then we got in Rick's car for something. I'm like, yo, why Rick in college with this Mercedes coupe? Like, this Benz coupe, just like chilling outside in the hood, North Carolina A&T, and like,
but it's 7 of us in it, though.
7 of us in it. But looking real clean, like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember
got everybody else in the Crown Vic on 38s.
Yo,
you've always been on it, man. You've always been on it. You and Deuce, I think, are two people who just always been so like, guess more like business.
Deuce is really low key with it too, though.
Yeah,
like Deuce be making his moves. He'll come through. He'll come through for dinner. Drop his gold card. Just cling all over the. It just be clinging all over the table.
Deuce definitely got a Scrooge McDuck vault in the back somewhere. He's sliding down on his money. Right?
It's behind the paintings. Behind
the paintings. And he put his eye to it to get him in real fast.
Right.
You guys. That's about me. No, but you know what, man? It's really it's a testament to our parents, man. You know what I mean? Because all of our parents are all 4 of us, our parents are immigrants, right?
Right. That's right. You know Third world, baby.
Yeah,
all day.
We're first generation Americans here, man. Like, our parents came here to give us the best opportunities, man. And it's important that we take advantage of those opportunities to make sure that we give our children, for those who want to have children, don't recommend it, but
just the future generation.
No. All jokes aside, though, man. But just to make sure the people who come after us are better than we were. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes
we gotta leave them. We gotta leave them deeds, LLCs.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta leave it for them, man.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, I leave them everything.
I mean,
that's how you keep your money flow. Like,
do with it.
Who else you gonna leave it for?
It's funny. I heard Steve Harvey say that shit the other day, man. It was just kind of funny to me because he was like, I'm not leaving these kids nothing. He's like, I'll leave them a little bit to get by, but they know how to figure out their own way.
It's just a serious, crucial time, man, to really educate yourself on things and to really just be up and just do something that you love.
Yeah.
Just do something that you love
and diversify.
Definitely. Definitely. That's how our portfolio got look. It's not all real estate.
Yep.
You definitely got to have a diverse portfolio, and that's what I'm working on. I want to be like Deuce when I grow up.
Nah, I was about to say I want to be like Rick when I grow up. I was just about to say the same thing. That
we all do. I want to be Scrooge McDuck slide down the money.
Slide down the
money. I would have opened my vault like that.
But the pole is made out of gold, though.
The what?
The pole that he slide down is made out of gold.
Out of gold pole. He got a gold sled. You know what I mean?
Hey, y'all are funny, yo.
Yo, Deuce, you're great, man.
Nah, man, it's all about that guy over there.
That's
man.
the reason
No,
why.
You know why, son? Nah, fam. We knew you was great from the name, yo. Like, even back in the day when you started off as Deuce, you evolved with your name, like we talked about earlier, bro. Now you ended up with the in front of your name.
Hey, yo, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you end up with the in front? That means you the only one.
Y'all playing around, yo. It's late night.
Sorry about that. Too many drinks. Too many drinks.
Rick, yo, you the best, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, definitely. Good. So, Rick, tell the people where they can find you at, man.
Man, you can go on my Instagram. It's at Mr_Deal_Closer. Mr. Deal Closer. And, I'm up there. You could go and link in the bio, Freedom Academy, man. I really want to really tell you guys that I hope to be able to open up a Freedom Academy almost in every urban city across America. That's one of my goals.
Beautiful.
That's what's up.
What's up, bro?
So appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Dizzy.
Yeah. Don't forget, man. If you see somebody with the Freedom Academy merch on, you hit them with the they're gonna hit you back. You know what I'm saying?
Merch coming soon.
Merch coming soon.
I want a t-shirt. I want a merch.
definitely
I
want
want
a
some
tee.
swag.
Freedom Academy swag.
I want some Freedom Academy swag, man.
I appreciate you guys, man.
Well, that's the podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us, review us, all that good stuff. Don't forget to share.
Don't forget to share. Make sure you follow Mr. Deal Closer, that tough ass name.
Share Deal Closer too.
See you guys next time.
All right,
Later,
guys.
folks.
No problem.